Hello, friends. I look like I'm wearing a wig. I'm not wearing a wig. I promise. I need to get a haircut though, or several. Going out to a very exciting, her first concert. It's gonna be really, really, really hot. I'm not excited. I'm excited for her. But I'm prepared. I hope. I hope I'm prepared. All right. The connection's stable right now, so that's a huge thing, because yesterday I wasn't here at all for that. It was dead. So, oh no. Do I need to take that back? 2%. I can take 2% drop in frames. We'll persevere. Hello, David, how are you? How are things going? I'm ready. I'm ready to do this. It's gonna hurt because I have to make dinner and take the kiddo to this concert. And she's excited. And I'm not a live music person in any way whatsoever. So that's okay. All good. Everything's blue. I put the Spotify info down, so you should see it where the corner cam now is. The counter cam is in the corner, rather. But seems to be working, in that it's doing a thing. So hopefully that improves the quality of the stream. I'm dropping frames again, though. It just tanked. It just died. And it's back to green. So confusing. Well, we'll try it. We'll start. We'll see. I'm going to soften my butter because just got it out of the fridge. Of course, you're not seeing any freezing. Oh, good. Thank you. Okay, good. I feel like you should be seeing some because I'm consistently now getting anywhere between 2 and 5% drop frames on the network. But for now we'll go. So, how was your day? How are things? I'm gonna cut up this entire stick of butter and then nuke it in my fabulously microwave safe bowl so that we can make it all soft and probably mix it with the flour. Mix it with the flour first, and then we put the rest of the stuff in. I'm so used to creaming the butter and the sugar together that I was thrown off. This is Chef John's lemon bar recipe. Chef John is a YouTuber, and he's great. So, Hedgehog, hello. A lot of streamers have problems getting into their accounts. I saw yesterday, I saw that Twitch had put that on their status because I had upload channel issues, so we have Comcast. They know there's a problem. They're going to fix it eventually when they feel like it. It's a hardware issue outside of our house, so in their jurisdiction. So we can't really do anything else other than just complain. So we lost upload channel, as did our neighbor, for a couple hours last night. But I also know that Twitch had serious, maybe authentication issues. I should have been hosting Hippie Wayfarer. He streams on Wednesday nights and Sunday nights and is a good food and drink streamer. We kind of hang out in each other's channel as much as we can. And he was also having trouble even getting connected. So I was in their Discord like, hey, I would raid you, but I can't stream. And they're like, well, we can't stream, but thanks for the thought. So I do know Twitch actually had problems last night. Cool, David. Thank you for letting me know. If I'm good now, I'm just going to go. We'll pretend that things are fine. That's a terrible idea, isn't it? In real life, admit when you need help. Admit when things are bad. On stream, pretend that things are fine. Oh, that's awful, isn't it? Well, so far, OBS isn't red again. I'll take that. So we're gonna make a shortbread style crust, and then we're gonna put a lemon custard over it after it's halfway baked, and then bake the whole thing. Lemon bars are very much, I guess, a guilty pleasure, because there's a lot of sugar in them, and I try not to eat sugar. I love everything lemon, but these are like just extra delicious. So I try not to make them very often at all. All right, I have mostly melted my butter. Oh, I see that I should have heard everything is fine, that I did not hear the alert go off. Darn. I haven't changed any of my settings. Just make sure things aren't muted, because that would be awkward.
Everything is fine. Nothing is ruined.
It's just really slow. Ah, okay. Extra patience. Thank you very much, Dave. Everything is fine. Hello. We can get a cameo of Irish, who probably is starving right now. Yeah, because it did glitch out for a sec. All right. David played the Everything is Fine. It literally took like 10 seconds to play. No, well, it was sputtering at the beginning. It's solid green now, so we're just gonna... Not Dr. Phil's name is... He's not Dr. Phil, he's David. You call him Phil? Yeah. I asked early on because I was like, well, if you're not Dr. Phil, who are you? So that's what I get for asking. All right. So, see, Irish is drinking his lunch right now, which means when I make dinner, he'll be, hello, Mortal, how are you? Good to see you. Like my little smiley. I like my emojis. They're not much, but they're mine. All right, so butter. Butter is nuked. Flour. Yep, we'll just go ahead and put a cup of flour in, even though it pains me to put the butter and the flour in together. But Chef John does not lead me astray, so we'll keep going. He's probably thinking the heck is David. Yes. Well, and I recognize that you're like, Phil, David, whatever. But I was like, I don't know. You have a name. I could use it. Unless you don't like it, then I won't. The cute little wave gets a lot of comments when you use it. Ah, I love to hear that. Thank you for letting me know, because I haven't gotten a lot of feedback on my grapes, as I call them. So I have one emoji that is cute. I'm very happy with that. I'm not an artist, so anything I do that isn't really awful, I'm pretty happy with. All right, so this set literally says mash the flour into the butter. Here we go. So it's what? Thursday. It's Thursday. Last week was super weird, just in terms of not having a normal schedule in any way. And then this week has been in the same vein. So that's all right, though. It's a season of adjustment anyway. All the public schoolers went back, so now we're back to like peace and quiet when we go out of the house during the day, for the most part. But it's still over 100 degrees. No, it's not. It's only 91. Probably feels like 100 because it's humid out there, but it's still definitely in summer mode as far as heat goes. I certainly can use it. Perfect. I just want to call everybody what they want to be called so that they feel welcome. That's my goal. Hello, Boro. How are you? I know how you are. If you're going to use the same line as always, what's new with you? Anything? This is only my second stream of the week, isn't it? Tuesday, I was able to, and then yesterday not, and then tomorrow I'll be out of town. We will be out of town. So, man, I'm really hoping to get back to a normal-ish schedule next week. It's always ish. There's room for movement, you know. But I definitely am a creature of habit. So I'm a little disoriented. Well enough. I knew you were. I'm well. I'm doing really well. Thank you. I'm back on, like, eating the things I should eat. And when I eat the things I should eat and I don't eat the things I don't need to be eating, I feel great. Like, physically, I'm like, I need a nap because I woke up at 5 in the morning for no reason whatsoever. But other than that, so things are good. Thanks for asking. It is a logical answer. No, you're not a disappointment. I can rely on you. I appreciate that. You'll tell me if something's not as well as it should be, yeah? Never apologize for being who you are. But let me tease you just a little about it, okay? You can tease me too. It's fine. Butter, flour, confectioner sugar. It's 120 per cup. Yeah, it is. So a quarter is going to be, mathematically, 30 grams. The poor child is doing division and multiplication, and this is why it's important. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Unless I'm mistaken. But I'm pretty sure I got that one right. I'm qualified to teach basic multiplication. You get up at 5-7 days a week. Well done, you. I don't try to. I try not to, in fact. I'm not a night owl, but I've been staying up later unintentionally because I just can't get to sleep, and so then I need to sleep in because 9 hours is my happy spot. As I get older, maybe it will be less. Like, I feel like my grandparents hardly slept at all. They like go to sleep at midnight and wake up at like 6 and drink coffee and stuff, and I don't know. I've always needed, I guess, a lot of sleep compared to what most people get. If I had a reason to be up at 5, let's say, it would be fine. But since I don't have any compelling reason to, I'm just not gonna. All right, so I mixed in the confectioner sugar. We're gonna get a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And of course, I'm not gonna measure the salt, but I will measure the vanilla this time. You're a night owl who has an early morning job. Oh no. Irish is the same. Before he retired, he would wake up at 4 to go in early enough to get off early enough to be home before the kiddo went to bed because she had an early bedtime because she was little. Obviously now that he's retired and she's older and she's There's a lot of good things about the last few jobs that I had before I left the company I thought I'd work for forever and retire from. So who knew? All right. This is very soft and sticky. It implied that it would be drier, but we're gonna do what it says. Aw, thank you, Dr. Phil, Mr. David, sir. I'm so glad you're gonna go spend time with your dad. Enjoy. I hope it's restful, you know? Thank you very much for the lurk as well. My dad emailed me and reminded me that when I was probably 3 at the oldest, as always, enjoy. Thank you, Boro. Absolutely. He worked for Compaq and he had prototypes, computers and stuff like that. So he programmed one, probably with BASIC. I mean, that's my adult knowledge speaking way back then. But he made it play the Close Encounters theme, which I had watched with my parents. And he told me that the aliens had come in overnight and put that on the computer for me to show me that they were here and they were real. And my dad says how I reacted was like I was just weeping with like amazement. I don't remember that, but I do remember looking up that little tiny window in the office and going, I wonder how they got through that little window, because I couldn't fit and I was like a small child. So that's a really fond memory of mine shared with a fond memory of my dad's, and our completely different perspectives on it. Pretty fun though. I'm just giving myself more counter space, which I should have done at the beginning, and I was just not getting ready. Maybe pigtails aren't the best for baking, huh? And getting things a little bit, but we'll be able to see blue hair and pull it out, so it's fine. So we dock the crust. This does remind me, if y'all were here when we made chocolate concrete, how the instructions are written implies that this would be a very dry mixture that we just press in and bake. We baked the heck out of that concrete and it tasted amazing and it was sweet and crunchy. I loved it. Speaking of crunchy, I have 2 recipes we're going to try hopefully next week on my normal stream schedule for our Fruit Loop revisit. So I was planning to do Fruit Loops 2.0 today. Didn't really have the time or the capacity, so lemon bars will be sufficient, but I am looking forward to playing with the Fruit Loop flavorings again. I have a different way to approach the oils, since a teaspoon of extract is equivalent to 3 to 5 drops of oil, and I think I had 7 or 8 drops because of all the different flavors, so I think I'll mix it first and then remeasure out droplets for the recipe after, so that we have the whole mix of flavors. Bora, you've had your head shaved for close to 25 years. Well, good for you. You've never had to worry about baking in pigtails. I think you've saved yourself some hassle. It would be very convenient to have a shaved head. I think that would be quick, easy. I might look a little different than people expect, but sometimes that happens anyway, so that's okay. I mean, I have blue hair, so I'm already on that list, right? All right, let's get out our other bowl and other bowl. But I want one with a pour spout because we're gonna make our custard. I'm just looking to make sure I didn't add too much of something because the dough wasn't the right texture, but if it gets all greasy and splits and stuff, that's gonna be, well, we'll know before we waste our custard on it. So I'll go ahead and make the custard and we'll just see. The only time we ever let it grow out was right before What's BMT? Because you knew you wouldn't be the one who had to cut it. Basic management training. Basic military training. British military time. Bacon, mutton, and tomato sandwich. It was, I got one of them. It just took me a minute. Okay. I didn't know that it would be called BMT. I've always just heard basic, but I got it eventually. Yes, that would be the time. And actually, Irish was trained how to haircut in the military, for the military. So apparently he can do a keen bowl cut if you need one. He's really good at cutting a straight line. So I've had him trim my hair before when I didn't want to go pay $80 to somebody for it to like cut a straight line across the bottom. Voila, haircut. So he's pretty good at that. But we don't have hair cutting scissors, so I let him use my fabric shears, which are wicked sharp, and I intend to stay that way, so they can be used on my fabric and hair if it needs to be. That's it though. No paper. I'm not cutting paper with my shears. I have strong feelings about it. For the lemon layer, 2 large eggs and a large egg yolk. So yesterday, let me show you. I should have taken a picture for Instagram, and I will now because I can just catch up with what I should have done. I made chicken pot pie hand pies. It's what I was going to plan to make on stream, and it was also dinner, so I just made it because we needed to eat it for dinner. Hi, attaboy. Bacon mayo tomato, that would be good. I don't know how mutton would go in the sandwich. I mean, it'd be fun. Oh, darn it. Who didn't check her camera settings? It was me. Why? I just wish OBS would fix itself. Like, stop resetting these to other really ridiculous settings. Okay, these are the chicken pot pie hand pies. So they turned out fairly pretty in the fact that they don't look like trash. Like, right? You know, that's a win. So that is what I baked yesterday and would have baked on stream with y'all if I had been able to stream. Speaking of fabric scissors, you actually got your sister a pair of Ernest Wright's tailoring shears coming for Christmas. Oh, place the order in February. That's amazing. That she will be so happy if I have any, idea, because they make a huge difference. I haven't heard of the Ernest Wright's brand. I used to know what the brand I had was, and then I just completely forgot it because I'm not looking at it right now. It's the same. I told my mother I wanted the same ones she had, and so she got me them for Christmas as well. I mean, they are the ones I got. I know are pricey. I don't know exactly how much, but they. Oh, I'm just taking a picture of the pie, and then I'll take a picture later of the lemon bars. But they make all the difference in the world. The shears, like actual fabric shears. So good for you. You are an excellent brother. Unless you're a sister, I thought you were. I misgender people sometimes, and I apologize for that. Okay. There we go. All right, it's in 420. Man, Stream Deck takes a second to show me it's working. I'm almost freaked out. So, pie goes back in, but it turned out so nicely. I put peas in it, but not carrots or green beans because my people don't like carrots, and I didn't have any green beans, and I wasn't going to be bothered. So it was basically peas and chicken and flavor, but it was good. Penguin. Yeah, I didn't think about that until just now. Does one of the kids about kids have blue hair? Will I fit right in? I just wanted it up, but not twisted up, because the reason my ends are so fuzzy is because I keep twisting it up. That's what the haircut girl told me, and it's her job to know these things, so I just believed her. She goes, stop doing it. It will stop being so fuzzy at the end. So I was like, okay. So yesterday I curled it and was like pretty cute because I was going out to lunch with my girlfriends, and we went out to lunch and they loved it and they fixed it all for me because I can't see the back of my head, so got all the things right. And I went out and I did some errands, and then it started pouring, and it was pouring for too long for me to like save my hair by staying in the store for longer than I should have. So I just like went to the car and got drenched. So cute hair for like 3 hours. That's okay though. It's just hair. I can curl it again if I need to. You don't know about Kids Bop Kids in your hair? Your music is Kids Bop? No. We're going to a Kids Bop concert this evening for the child. How did it get? Kids Bop is on my slow-fi list? No. Is it? What on earth is on here? There's the pig step version of Minecraft on here, and there's a lot of Minecraft songs on here. Did they add? I don't even, I just throw this playlist on and go. It's supposed to be all like slow-fi chill. It really is Kids Bop Kids. You know what happened? I know what happened. My child has hijacked my queue. Yeah. Oh, I wonder if she was in her room listening to it this morning, because we're going to it tonight. Oh boy. Right. Well, how do you clear your Spotify queue? I know how to get to it. I just don't see the button to kill everything in it, because it's all we got a lot going on here. We have some descendants from Disney. We have some Aladdin. Clear my queue. Delete everything. Where's the delete all button? Irish happen. Next stream, please go Pippi Longstockings with my hair. Red is hard, but I'll work on it. And just like straight out, right? Didn't she have straight out braids like this? I love Pippi Longstocking. I wanted that tree so bad. Irish happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. Right. Well, let's see if we can get it back to where it's supposed to be. Nope. No, this is not. Okay. Yes. I apologize for subjecting you to Kids Bop Kids. Please to enjoy my normal channel now. That's hilarious. I will have to go back and look at this VOD. Enjoy the ridiculousness. Blah, blah, blah. 22 minutes. Beat eggs and yolks together, whisk in white sugar, and tablespoon of flour until smooth. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I would have never noticed. Because even with the new functionality, which Irish helped me set up yesterday when he was eating his sandwich, and I was being grumpy about why it wouldn't show up, and then he was like, well, you have to play Spotify for it to show up, and then I felt really dumb. He fixed it over lunch for me, so I appreciate that he did that, but it's too small for me to read, and I usually ignore it because I can't hear it anyway. So there's that. All right. I will need the zester, in fact, but now the whisk. So mix the sugar, a whole cup of sugar, delicious. 200 grams. It's a lot of sugar. Ah, 200 exactly. Fantastic. And we whisk. Like that's sufficient. Right. 2 tablespoons of flour. I guess I could do the math, but I'm not gonna. Tablespoons are too easy. I could do the math. I really could. All right. I don't usually whisk. Well, I guess you use whisk flour for a roux. I was going to say I don't usually whisk it, and I wonder about gluten formation, but I won't worry too much. And there we go. Until smooth looks pretty smooth to me. A tablespoon of freshly grated lemon zest and a quarter cup of freshly squeezed lemon juice. That's probably 1 lemon. I still have a significant number of lemons left in my bag from Costco. I do have also plenty more recipes to use the lemons, so that's nice. I gave the curd to my friends yesterday. What else did I make? Should I go look in my fridge? Oh, the frozen, the sherbet. We haven't tried it yet, but it's frozen, so it'll last forever. So that'll be good whenever we need a nice refreshing pop. So this is the lemon bars, and then for next week, which we're gonna be for this week, but we didn't get there. We have a lemon pound cake imposter from Starbucks, and something else appropriately lemony, but we'll figure it out. And then Fruit Loop cookies for sure, which I think Fruit Loops taste like lemon, but they do apparently taste like lemon, lime, blueberry, raspberry, apple, orange, and another flavor that I have forgotten. You know what? Give me a second. Uno momento, por favor. Okay. Too much. I may just leave it like this for the rest of the day. Excellent. All right, we've rinsed our lemon. We're just going to zest it all in here. If someone gets mad that it's too lemony, that's a problem I'm not going to share with them. All right. I'm trying again this technique that's supposed to be the right way to zest a lemon, which is to go down, turn it, is great. It may be. Yeah, is it? I do have my notes. Let me look, because cherry. No, it's not grape, it's cherry. But it could be, right? It really could. It's one of those artificially fruity flavors anyway. And as we discovered from our research during the 1.0 Fruit Loop, America has blue dye, and therefore a blue Fruit Loop in our packages, but elsewhere that Fruit Loops are sold, like Australia, New Zealand, there is no blue because the dye is apparently toxic. So I did put blue. Did I? I have blue. I have some delightfully artificial dyes. They're gel colors that I used. I don't remember what colors I did last time. I'd have to actually go look at my Instagram picture. Thank goodness I do Instagram pictures eventually, because then I can remember what I did. Otherwise, I would just not recall. And the VOD would be gone, so that's okay. Unless someone is stashing my VODs somewhere, but it is not me. The crust is smelling really good, so that's nice. Smells just like a shortbread should, even though it's not technically a shortbread in my mind. It says shortbread crust. It should say like short cookie crust, I feel. It has way more things in it than a shortbread should ever have. There we go. Definitely more than a teaspoon tablespoon of fresh, well, of fresh lemon zest. Maybe not. Maybe this is about a tablespoon. I never measure my zest, so that's on me. Alrighty. Time for the juicing. I'm not gonna get out the juicer. It is a lovely machine, but it is a pain to clean and would definitely be overkill for this. When I made the popsicles and the curd, it definitely was useful. We ended up with 7 or 8, I think, lemons that needed to be juiced. Apparently I've been standing enough, according to my watch, so that's nice. All right, so we're just gonna juice. Let's do quarters, it probably would be easier. And I'll try to catch seeds. I didn't see any, but you never know. I like that the tagline for this, not the tagline, but the blurb for this does say, this is technically closer to a pie than a cookie because we are making custard. Eggy, you know, it doesn't have butter in it though. So it's just an egg custard, which is just fine. Egg, sugar, and lemon? Sure, absolutely. And the connection seemed to stabilize, which is nice. I've not dropped 94 frames since I reset it last, so I'll take that as encouragement. This is a very grainy lemon. I've noticed after the first 4 that I was getting into the ones that were a little mealy. So I'm trying to get some of the bigger cells as they kind of detach from the rind and not let them go in there. Although they'll be fine if they are. There's a little bit in there, but not too much. I mean, and the zest is actually a little bit stringy as well, so it'll have some texture. It won't be fully smooth. Oh, well, I just ripped that apart. How fun is that? And now it says to whisk this for 2 minutes after I'm done. What a nice number. Just in case you need an exact, precise number, 120 seconds. That's exactly right. Very comforting. And I am being a little snarky, but it also is a little comforting. Like, this is definitely enough. Everything should be fine. All right, I am super lemony. So, rinse that off. I'm now curious about what my other lemon recipe was, or if I just was not thinking right. Oh, no, I wasn't. One of the other things I have on the list for next week is coconut blondies. So we were looking through recipes on stream, I think on Tuesday, and I was looking for other fun stuff, just that would be kind of nice and comforting and not too much, not too extra. And that's one of Irish's and my like all-time favorites, and I never make it because then we just eat all of it, like literally all of it. Just not really healthy in any way. So, all right. How much time do we have left on our bake? 4 minutes. Right, so if I whisk this for 2, I should be in good time. So let me put some of these things in the sink. I'm gonna rinse the zester because, well, actually I was gonna say because it has acid on it, but it doesn't, but the knife does. So I'll make sure that doesn't as well. I've never had a knife etched from leaving juice from a tomato or a lemon or anything on it, but I don't want to risk it. I like these knives. I've had them for a long time and I want to keep them for a long time. So treat it right. All right, here we go. I do notice there's no health recipe or health ingredients on these, on this recipe, so I won't know how much carbs and sugar I'm getting specifically when I eat one, because I for sure will. And then I'm going to apparently have popcorn at the concert. I'm taking my friend's kid with my kid, and my friend is sending money for popcorn and drinks for everybody, so we'll have that. I wonder if this 2-minute thing is like what the dentist says, like if you tell them to brush their teeth for 2 minutes, they'll do it for at least 30 seconds, and that should be sufficient. And then you have the overachievers who are like, they said 2, but I'm going to do 5. Also not great. My grip strength is off today, so I did more dumbbell workout than I usually do. And I gripped the heck out of them, which is not great form, but I did it anyway. We'll call that 2 minutes, shall we? Well, I can check, and I actually am very close because the timer now has 2 minutes on it for the crust. All right. There we go. That is supposedly the finished custard. Let me rinse this off here. I'm just wondering, we have quite a bit of time. Wondering if I should go ahead and do something. Something lemony. I also, one of my friends sent me the recipe for the Swedish princess cake. Princess tarta, the Scandinavian one. And it looks super, super nice. So I'm thinking about doing it. I haven't bought marzipan in probably 20 years. But I have all the instructions. The pastry cream is fine. It shows that it's a domed cake, and you mound the whipped cream and then put the marzipan on top of it. When we made the mole cake, the German mole cake, not the Mexican mole cake, because I still didn't make it because I can't find a recipe that uses more than like a tablespoon of mole for the whole cake batter, and I think that's not going to help very much. The whipped cream is covered by cake crumbs, and for the mole cake, for the molehill look, and it collapsed right away. So I'm a little bit afraid to try and make a domed cake where the dome is whipped cream, because it didn't work for me the first time. All right, 12 seconds, so we'll be able to take that out. I think we're going to try to see if this new recipe for thin and crispy cookies that I have is going to be useful for our Fruit Loops bake. So we can do a test run of just the, oh yes, of just the base recipe without the flavorings in it to see if it actually works. All right, so it is over on the stove because it's just hot. So I'm going to pour the lemon custard over the crust, and we'll put it back in for 25 minutes. I will show it to you before I put it in case you're interested. But I will need these. That's one of the problems with having a Formica countertop, is if I put hot things on it, it will scorch and or unglue from the substrate. So this is the custard in our base, shortbread base, kind of. All right, back in. I can already tell how lovely that is going to be. We'll do it for 20 more because the 20 was a little bit over for what this is at 22. So convection's actually working today, which it should always be working, you'd think, but sometimes it doesn't seem to be making as much of a difference. And some days it makes a huge difference. For now, we will scoop all of this lemon-related stuff off of here. And we'll go ahead and try my new recipe for very crunchy cookies. It was a coconut cookie, but I've made some subs to see if we can just get a very thin, crispy cookie, because similar to the Honey Nut Cheerio cookie that I made out of a honey shortbread, honey gingerbread, I want it to be very crispy and crunchy like a cereal, because I'm trying to emulate a cereal in a cookie. So of course I do. All right, of course we start with butter. I think I might have everything else out since I'm not using the Fruit Loop flavors today. No, I do not. I do not have brown sugar out. And I do not have almond flour. Okay, and the egg, of course. So get those going. 1 egg. And my almond flour in its poor little bag. I haven't been going through it as much, so I still have the bag because the original bag was chewed by the cat. The cat who chews things. Both cats knock things over. My cat yells a lot. His cat chews things. And he called me a crazy cat lady yesterday. All right, third bowl. Here we go. Another knife. I think it should be counted in butter knives. How many? Well, not, these are not butter knives. These are steak knives, but I use them for butter, especially cold butter. So, oh, that's loud. Did you hear that? So this will end up being about 6 tablespoons. Yeah, I think so. Crunch and thunk. $80, $79. So 5 more. Perfect. Aha. And our butter container is almost empty, so the last 2 tablespoons get to go in there. I used a butter bell. I have, I think, 1.5 because one broke. Hi, Gaddafi. How are you? This container works way better than the butter bell for softened butter on the countertop. We go through it fast enough. It's, so far, never gotten rancid on us. So I'm going to nuke this. Gaddafi, how are you doing? Let's do less than 30 seconds this time. We'll see if we can get away with that. Mama Liz. I like that. Sounds good. I'm going to put the egg in the almond flour there so it stays stable. I'm doing well, thank you. Apparently, the child hijacked the Spotify, so I was playing Kids Bop instead of my Slow-Fi mix for a while. Which is funny because we're going to the Kids Bop concert after the stream. First concert the child will go to. So I'm happy for her. Long day at work. I get you. Well, I hope it's almost over and you get to relax and possibly go harsh people on Sea of Thieves, whatever you want. I can't play with the Irish when he's just out to kill people. I want to do the quest stuff, so you know, it's not quite the same. Both sugars, cream the butter, and it says butter and sugar, and then there are 2 sugars, so I will assume it means both sugars. Love the kid mixes. Your son plays them all the time. How old is he? They are good for not having the swear words in some of the songs that I like to otherwise listen to, so that is a benefit for sure. Here we go. We are going to put in 75 gram, no, yep, Reading comprehension for the win. 75 grams. He's just a savage. He really oh, that's great. Your son's 9 because our kid is 10. It must be that age. Yeah, he has these moods. Like, Irish in a bad mood who just wants to kill something is pretty fierce. So yes. Yeah, he's a beast. And sometimes I just can't participate. But that's fine. I don't have to. We are our own people. We can do our own things. So 50 grams of castor sugar. Just a little bit more. There we go. Excellent. Well, thank you for being here, Gaddafi. I appreciate it. It is always lovely to see you. You're welcome to stay as long as you want. We have lemon bars in the oven. And we're making an experimental cookie again because I want to make Fruit Loop cookies properly. My first try was not. It was okay. It was not good enough for me. So I want to get it right. Since I got the Honey Nut Cheerio cookies right, I feel like I could do it. I feel like this could be something that's not too big of a reach. I can do this. Maybe. But I want a very thin, crispy cookie, and the only way I know how to make it is with honey and molasses, honey or molasses, and none of the flavors of Fruit Loops are compatible with those. The honey would overpower it, I think. So, you wish your wife baked. Why don't you bake? Anybody can bake. It's just a recipe. It's a checklist. Checklists are the best, right? You have the bill of materials and you have the procedure sheet, and you just do that. That's all a recipe. You get it right or it fails. Like, you don't get to make up I say you don't get to make up your own, and I'm trying, but you don't get to make up your own without staying within the parameters, right? You can't cook anything. You mess up eggs. Eggs are easy to mess up. Don't you even worry. Eggs are, honestly. They are like tricky little things. Once you get the feel for them, you can get them, but do not judge yourself on eggs. You make shortbread. You make shortbread according to the exact directions. You put the right amount of butter, sugar, and flour in. You mix it. You bake it. Can't go wrong. You can burn it. But other than that, if you start with shortbread, I had a friend at work when I was doing my customer service position, and he was like, I can't bake anything. And I was like, there is something that is foolproof. You have to do it right. You have to follow the actual instructions. But if you can put IKEA furniture together, you can make shortbread. You got this. So, I bet you can do it, Gaddafi. I have faith in you. Hey, Flatspin, how are you? Good to see you. We have lemon bars in the oven, but I'm trying a new recipe to see if it's going to be good for Fruit Loop cookies. So I'm just creaming white sugar, brown sugar, and butter. And then I'm going to pop in the egg. We're just making this purely for texture. It's not going to have a flavor. I might put vanilla in it so it doesn't taste like yuck, but I'm good. Thank you. I'm hot. It's hot in here, but otherwise I'm good. Going away this weekend, have a great time. Thank you. I hope that we will. It's just going to be an overnight thing, hopefully, and all should be well. Car trips are always interesting. So, we haven't gone on a proper vacation in a long time together as a family. A lot of family stuff, like a lot of family, like, have to go see so-and-so, have to go see so-and-so, which is fine, but like, we went on, and Irish and the kiddo went on a cruise in 2018, and that was super fun, just to be together doing that. We used to go up to Wyoming. Yeah, it's just not been, we just haven't done a lot of that, and I would love to do just something where we can be away from, like, honestly, be away from our computers. Not because of this. Streaming's great. Just we sit and do our own things quite a lot. So, Burcephus. Watching tech and Raiders that have Verpals. You get a Verpal and you get a Verpal. And I know Irish's is stressing him out, so whenever he gets it finally, muscle memory and all the things, I hope it is everything he wanted it to be, you know? Vanilla. Okay, so I'm gonna make flour, soda, and salt in a little separate bowl. Tiny yellow bowl, yay! The wife and you do a week alone, a year and 2 weeks with the kids. Gaddafi, that sounds so smart. I would love a routine like that. That seems just very reasonable, you know? All right, let me put some vanilla in. Oh, wow, I said I cut it in half, but didn't cut the vanilla in half. That's fun. And for Fruit Loops, I would put probably a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla and then the fruit flavored oils in. So, be similar to this, but not exact. You're everything Irish wanted? Maybe. Y'all having a disco party? Dom got his, oh, good. All up in Discord hanging out, love it. So fun. All right, although may I, Gaddafi, I have a bone to pick with you, even though I know you didn't do it. You know there's a channel with your name in it for voice chat, right? You have seen that. It's a great routine to make sure you have time alone. We also do 4 weekends a year alone. Yes, I would love, like we just don't, I mean, we could. She could go to sleepovers. It wouldn't be hard. It's just that we just don't pursue it that much, or we host, you know? But yeah, the alone time thing is, it's so interesting what comes up. We had an alone weekend for our anniversary, and that's when Irish said I should start streaming. So here I am 4 months after that, I started. So it would have never come up otherwise, I think. Yeah, that's exactly it, Flatspin. You put Attaboy in it while he was sleeping. Okay, Irish isn't the only troll. Can we just agree that if y'all were all in on that? It's the top one too. I have to scroll past it to go into chat with Irish, or to voice with Irish. Y'all are too funny. How much flour do I need? 80. 80 little grams. You're not all right, that's what makes it fun. Fair, fair. Well, so here's the thing. If my kid's friend does end up joining our Discord, we'll need to maybe rename that. Also, I don't think the child has seen it, which is good because she would ask what that meant. And then what do I tell her, you guys? I'm in charge of her education. I'm not supposed to lie. You can make it hidden. Let's do that. I didn't even know. See, that's for all the things that I feel like I'm like pretty savvy at. I haven't bothered to learn anything about Discord, and that probably is a disservice, especially since I'm a mod on Irish's. How much did I want? 56 grams. So this originally was a coconut shred ingredient, and I'm substituting almond flour because it gives it the bulk that it probably needs without adding the flavor. I don't want this to be nutty when I make the Fruit Loops. So if this is mild enough that it doesn't taste nutty, then we're on the right track. Half a teaspoon of baking soda. I did not get out the baking soda, but I can put the vanilla away while I retrieve it. It was a joke. No, it's I know it was just a joke for him. But it just sits there and it makes me laugh. And then I thought, oh, well, that's not going to work long term. Gaddafi's hidden house of pain. Much better. Actually, that would be fine. I don't think they would ask about that. They would make the wrong assumption, but they wouldn't ask. You don't need to be a role model anymore. Flatspin, you're out of that business. You're like, I don't care. Just let it all hang out. All right, salt. Always a little salt. Not always, almost always. So, I'm just giving you guys a hard time. It is funny, but I will have to figure out if the kiddo ever joins that is going to be supposed to be on my kiddos. She's going to start recording Minecraft videos with her, and hopefully they will be able to like record them together with the voice channels on Discord. That's the idea. We'll see. You're a child sometimes. That's same. All good. You know how it is. You're like, everything's cool. Also, I might have to tell her mom. So don't want to get in trouble with anybody. All good. Okay. Dry goes in. Yes. Yes. Easy peasy. So, she does want to do a YouTube, and she watches a lot of YouTube Minecraft streamers already, I guess. Silver and, gosh, I know them all. I know all their stinking names. She was like, so-and-so on this channel and so-and-so. And I'm like, what are you doing on your channel? What are you creating? Are you just copying everybody? Which, I mean, imitation is fine while you learn. But then when you have the skills, you get to be your own kind of creative. So hopefully she will. I mean, we've given her the permission. She has Streamlabs installed for recording. We have the Discord set up. She just needs to do it. Flat spin. Thanks for taking one for the team, man. Gaddafi, take all your shenanigans in there. You and Attaboy can do whatever you want. Okay, so this is a super sticky dough, and in the instructions, it's very similar to what I've had to do for some of my bakes that didn't go the way I really wanted, including the Fruit Loop Honey Nut Cheerio cookies. It's super soft, it's super sticky, and to cut it out into rings and bake it is almost impossible without freezing it first. So, as these instructions say, and as I have found on doing the other, I'm gonna finish that sentence. Hi, baby.
Gone insane.
You've gone insane.
I've reached the mark where I'm dying slowly on the inside without my friend.
You talk to your other friend all day.
I'm dying slowly on the inside.
Why is your hair wet?
Cause I don't know. Because I don't have anyone to play Minecraft.
When you don't have anybody to play Minecraft with, and you chew on your hair.
Not bad.
I can hear you. Do you want one of those lemon sherbet pops we made yesterday, or that day that we made them? I'm sorry that you're sad. That's sad. It'll be okay. Hey, get the back tray, will you? With fewer in it, and then we'll finish that up first. So we're gonna do a real live taste test. Yay! I'm not gonna let her read the chat. She can't see it. Nope. Hi.
Why not?
Because it's shady. Hey, baby, don't read the chat, please. Okay, thank you.
You make me sad.
Come here. It's just us being goofy, but not child appropriate goofy. All right.
Mom,
Yeah?
I live in the same house as Dad, okay?
I am aware that you live in the same house as your
I
father.
am fine.
All right, you come. Try that. Don't read chat, but do taste the lemon pop and see if it still has that same great fresh lemon mint flavor of the last batch.
More minty than last time.
More minty
It's
than
still
last
really
time?
awesome.
Can I have a lick of it just to taste it? Please? Or do I have to get my
No.
own? Oh, I have to get my own. Okay. Stupid adults. I know, right? Flat spin. It was all Irish's fault. Gaddafi,
What's
flat spin, and Daddy are up to shenanigans.
I saw.
Yeah. Okay. You take that and go. Is it still yummy?
Dad, I'll talk to you upstairs.
You know how I said I was going to finish my thought? It got totally derailed. Whatever I was saying, I don't know. So I'm just going to tidy this up. He what? Did he want?
Daddy's.
Oh, he wants a Sprite. Okay. He's always here. He says that. And I'm like, hey, can you do this? He's killing people in Sea of Thieves, but he's always lurking. He pressured me into making him buy it. What are y'all buying? Are you buying more things now? I know, right? Child said, "Oh no." Oh, okay. Hey, so ooh, this was supposed to be 20 minutes. It was supposed to be 25 minutes. This is what it looks like at 20. We're gonna call it overcooked for sure. Convection is winning, I guess. We'll leave that to cool. Yes, you may have a look. She designed this. Isn't that cute? Nope. My hand was over the back. You haven't been able to put on express leaving in the morning, so no Sea of Thieves tonight. Y'all can play. Irish will be here. He couldn't make it to the concert because he has grown-up stuff to do, which is just sad. All right, well, let's roll out this dough. I want it to be really thin and really crispy, so I'm probably going to use my 1/16 of an inch, which is 2 millimeter according to the ring, but then 4 millimeter is 1/6 of an inch, so I don't see how that equates. We'll keep it very, very thin, and we'll freeze it straight away, and then it should be hopefully in a good place to work with, where we can cut some circles and bake them and see if they are in any way useful to us. He will definitely need to stab things after the board meeting, yeah. Ugh, I don't know, that's pretty darn thin. All right, second guessing myself. Playing Sea of Thieves is more like guidelines than an actual rule. Like it's a cool, fun game. And then somebody comes after you when you have no loot and are just trying to do an interesting quest, and they just keep killing you and killing you and killing you until you log off. And then the ferryman's like, "Oh, are people harshing you? You can go over here. There are people harshing everybody over there too. Stop." Irish. Not my happy place, obviously. But hey, that's all right. All right, so if I make this thin enough and get the wax paper in the freezer soon enough, it won't get too soggy. And then hopefully it will behave fairly well when I go to try and cut circles out of it. Trying to make it into a square from a circle. I'd say we met with moderate success. All right, let's freeze the heck out of this and then see what we can do with our crusty lemon bars. Oh, I have no flat surface. It will have to be a little bit wiggly. SOT is life, right? Especially if you're a pirate that has glow-in-the-dark bits on. Which, by the way, if you don't want people to see you in the night when you're going to go stab them in the face, maybe don't wear the glowy bits. Just a thought. Hydrate. Hi, Anna Lee. How are you? Nobody plays DCS anymore. I know, everybody's all on all these different games. Irish plays all the games all the time, though, so that's okay. I'll just definitely in a lull. Did you say that would happen? Thank you, Anna Lee. I appreciate that. I have my piggy tails in, but they kept getting in my way. Which is why I shouldn't have hair in the first place, and I should just shave myself bald, and then everything would be a lot easier. Except marriage. All right, so this should be a lightly gold crust, not a crunchy brown crust. That's fine. No, I know, I won't do it. I won't. Good thing your PC isn't done. Why? What would you do, Flatspin? Go play DCS? Okay, so I am running the knife along the edge like it said to. You'd be playing by yourself? Oh, sorry, what? Family friendly. Everything's fine. Your hair goes past your knees, girl. I couldn't wash it. Also, my shower drain, whew, would look worse than it does now. But good for you. I'm sure it's gorgeous, too. Gaddafi. Okay, so I'm supposed to be rinsing the knife to keep it clean because this is super sticky. See if I can, can't really. So I'm just trying to do this without disrupting the edge too much because it's very soft and wants to be mangled. Your PC should be a comedian. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound very nice. Is that like a sick burn? So I'm thinking I'll make my notes for convection bake on the recipe and definitely kick down the custard bake time, but also the crust bake time because it was supposed to be lightly golden brown. Oh yeah, I ripped it. But it was, I mean, it was delightfully golden brown and I love it, but it's supposed to be lighter than that so that you can bake it more. So we'll say for fan, 350 F for 18 on crust. And I did 20 again on this one. 18 on filling. With a big question mark. We will see. When we make it again, we'll check the notes and do our next experiment and record the results. You quit. Don't quit, Flatspin. Ignore all these shenanigans. You're better than that. Okay. So after cutting it, oh, that's not even that recipe. We're supposed to cut it into 16. Why a butter knife? I feel like I would be happier with a very sharp knife, but instructions. That is not in the middle. Look, I cleaned it off. That's good flavor right there. If I drag it, it just drags this overcooked crust along with it. Boo. That's okay. I will clean it off properly. Not get my spit all over all of it. Watch the canopy eject. Uh-oh. I reference, I mean, I know what you're talking about. I just don't know why. Did it happen? Is there a clip of it? All right, so I'm gonna eat the tiny corner square. For our taste test. These are all pretty nice small size though. So, our last step is to make it look pretty with a little bit of confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar. Probably to cover up all the crust that is overcooked. Getting the edges is hard, but we're gonna do it. All right, good enough. And now a fork to pry it out. Did I just yell at you? I'm so sorry. I'm pointed right down at the mic, aren't I? You'll get Gaddafi to make you a flat spit sound. Do you say it uwu? Iris says it uwu, and I've never heard it pronounced. Sorry, I shouldn't talk with my mouth full. Ooh, it came out so nice though. Look at that. So at least the greasing of the edges worked. And it is... Let me get a plate. Where'd I put my little plate? Did I put it back up there? Oh no, I was gonna say I shouldn't have it, it's dirty. All right, there we go. So you can see the custard seeped way down into the crumb, the crust there. So let's eat it. You do say it, uwu. Okay. I mean, I've always known it as a depiction of a face, so I didn't think you pronounced a face, but all right. What, hot? Hey, Skellius. Did I burn the crust again? Maybe a little. What? Wow, the lag is so funny. I still haven't heard the sound alert.
Everything is fine. Nothing is ruined.
Thank you. Skelly, thank you. It turned out okay. I overcooked both pieces of it. So I've made notes for the next time. But, ooh, look, there I cut it in half and the custard came away from the base. So you can see the base is pretty brown as well. And the custard's so thin because part of it soaked in and part of it overbaked. But in general, despite being really hot, it's good. It's really nice. I would eat so much more of this if I weren't being mindful. I'm gonna just shove it all in my face. So I tried to do just as much lemon as the recipe called for because I usually add way more because I love things killer tart, you know? But I'm gonna give some of this to some people that aren't me or my family, so I should make it for everyone. But it turned out really nicely. So I'm gonna cool it. I'm gonna put its lid on, let's see. Yes, I can put its lid on. If it doesn't melt my hands, it won't melt the plastic. That's my logic. Don't you think that works out? All right, and it still has the silicone trivet under it because my refrigerator doesn't need very hot glass on its little glass, or else, I don't know, it probably would break into pieces. We'll find a place. Oh, that can go. All sorts of things in my fridge that don't need to be here today. Oof. And a leftover cinnamon roll, which, oh, they were so, so good. The cinnamon rolls from last week. I think we have one left. All right, so, Tough Cookie Jazz, thank you very much for the follow. How are you? If you want to answer, please let me know how you found us. I'm always curious. If not, you don't want to chat about it, that's okay. Totally fine. I'm just gonna wipe powdered sugar off the counter and probably get it on my clothes and then walk around looking like I'm not gonna say it, it's a family-friendly channel, I'm not gonna say it. You know, sometimes you really know yourself when you've had like a couple of weeks that were sort of out of order and then you end up swearing a lot and then you're like, this is probably who I really am when I'm stressed. It's only in the best conditions that I'm like, I don't swear, I don't get angry. It all comes back. It all comes back out at some point. Always a lot of respect for bakers. There is no room to make a mistake. Thank you, Skelly. It is edible and it is on track with how it's supposed to be. So I'm very pleased. But yeah, I made mistakes. Part of the thing is how we recover, and the rest of it to me is how we learn, right? Do we recover gracefully from our mistake? That's one thing. Do we figure out what went wrong or try to figure out or recognize how not to do that again? That's huge. Strolling through food and drink streams. Oh, well, thank you. I'm so glad that you came in. How do you like to be called? Tough Cookie Jazz is fine, but I can just call you Jazz or Tough or Cookie or whatever you want. But you're welcome here. You swear you had more ice cream in your freezer? But it disappeared. I don't know how that happened. Yes, Skelly, that's right. Several people have come in just scrolling, which is funny because then I'm like, what on earth are you seeing that makes you want to come in? It's just me being a dork, but I love it, so it's fun. A few people threw the Christian chant tag, which I feel might be misleading. You're gonna see my cross tattoo and my necklace, so I'm just like, hey, it's there, but we do a lot of inclusion and encouraging and a little bit of sass. So it maybe isn't what all people are looking for. Whatever's easy for me. Thank you. I'll go with Jazz then. I appreciate that. We do have, Annalie, you should make ice cream and put it in your freezer and then you can eat it. I'm getting something out of the freezer. It is not our sorbet, sherbet. I keep saying sorbet and it's different than sherbet and I know that and I should just say the right thing and I can't quite get a grip on it. This is cookie dough, believe it or not. There was a gnat on my counter. The first gnat I've seen in a long time. I hope they're not coming back in. It is their season though. Nom nom. Yes, ice cream is unfortunately real easy to make. So you could just make it and have it all the time. You don't even need an ice cream maker. I have a really good soft serve recipe. Okay, so here's what the instructions say. It's frozen. It's already melting horribly. It's super ridiculously sticky. So, because we're trying to, obviously we're not doing the full Fruit Loop preparation because it doesn't have the flavor in it nor the color. But, Skelly, thank you. I feel like, I appreciate that you say I built an awesome community. I feel like we have come together as a community and I love that. And I'm loving a lot of other food and drink streamers too. Chat is pretty great though. Thank you, Jazz. I appreciate that you feel the cozy. I try to make it that way. Cozy, inclusive, warm, inviting, all the things without being boring or too serious. So thank you. I really appreciate the feedback. I know on other streams, out of ice cream, Nom's community, Annalie's gonna eat us all. On other streams I see give feedback to so-and-so and I was like, what happens when I push it? And I haven't yet, but I do wonder. I guess nobody's pushed mine because I don't see feedback, so hopefully things are good. So the instructions say to cut them out, freeze it again, then peel them off, which I get because right now it's already half melted. It's getting super sticky already. But true to our intended result, we will put our cutter and then our hole in. And if we can get all 9 off after another freeze and do an actual bake, I think that would be very representative of what we can expect from this dough that I've never made before. So, see how immediately it's quite floppy again? Gotta freeze it. I think if they had a blast chiller, all the shows, all the food TV shows, they have the blast chiller, I would just put everything, all the dough in there all the time and it'd be like rocks, it'd be amazing. Feedback, send address for foods with questionable nutritional value. All of it's questionable. I've made a few healthy things. Well, I've made a few keto things. I've made a lot of good, delicious things. Annalie, I do. I need to send you some. I need to send Ruffles some. He's next on the list. Because Daniel's already gotten 3 boxes of cookies. But he was a bit of a special case. So, because he was the first person. He made my wood burn and sent it to me, and so I sent him snickerdoodles in return, and then of course this got returned to him, and then I had him try and send it again and it got returned to him again, and then I got a different address that works, and I finally received my wood burn, which was amazing because he streamed this when I had just first started out, I think my first week of streaming. So he's gotten a bunch of cookies, but I'm ready to send some more, so absolutely. Emily, how are you? I'm super good, thank you. I'm sweaty, to be honest, but that's okay, everything's good. We have dough in the freezer. I should pull out the lemon bars in a minute, but I just want them to cool down enough, So and then there's a bunch of stuff I make that can't be sent through the mail, like lemon curd, lemon bars. I could send cupcakes. I could definitely send lemon shortbread. The cookies are the easiest to send. Very tired. I hear you. I hope that you get good rest soon. If it's something that continues to plague you, I hope it works itself out because sleep is so important. So, what's going on with you? What kind of bakes have you done? I didn't set up my sink cam. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to very quickly rinse my Silpat sheet, fake Silpat, so that I have something to bake that dough on once it's refrozen. But luckily, it is so easy to get stuff off of these, which is why we use them. This one has lasted forever. I had some, this is a half sheet size, and I had some quarter sheet sizes I used when I had a toaster convection oven, which was our main oven for a long time. But the element was so close to the tray that I did end up basically burning out those silicon mats. So this is the one I have left, but luckily I do have a full-size oven to use it in now. So that's very nice. What is this sleep you speak of? Right? Two finest sleeps. I think that would be delightful. I would be happy with one right now. I'm not nearly as bad of shape as I was last week, so I'm very grateful for that. But that's circumstance, right? You had your first stream back from your break today. Oh goodness, chatting and gaming. How fun. Tomorrow you're doing a baking stream. We will be on the road. I will try to catch you. I would love to see your baking stream. That would be super fun. Yes. It's nice to come back after a break. So I had an unintended break last week and a bit of the week before. And then even this week with internet issues with Comcast and no upload speeds. So that's been frustrating. It's nice when you intend to take the break and enjoy the break and come back, but everybody's, in different positions. It's easy to burn out sometimes too, though, right? So we need to be careful with ourselves and listen. Like streaming. Take a break. You don't have to stream. It's going to be okay. We'll be here when you get back. Whoever is listening, please listen. But also please shout yourselves out. I actually have clean hands, so I can work on that too. Let me just check what temperature I'm going to need. 325. Yeah, okay. Let's bump this down. Give myself 5 minutes so that I can keep us honest, because I do need to wrap up the stream in a wee bit, right before, well, a little bit before 6. So we have a few minutes. Comcast never has issues. Yes, no, it's true, Skilly, never. It's always inside my house that the signal is degrading from. Yeah, exactly. You always keep the VODs if you miss it. Oh, good. Okay, perfect. Annalie, you would do a cooking stream. You don't know what category to stream under, cooking or kitchen arson. Is there a torching category? That sounds nice. Let's do that. Yours was unintentionally long. Life has been very chaotic. I get that. That's... Oh, Flatspin, thank you so much. You're on it. Thank you. Yeah. And life happens and you don't really plan for it all the time. And that's exciting and sometimes in an okay way, but I'm very much a creature of habit, so I like to do my things that I like to do. I've organized my life this way on a reason, not a whim. So I get that. Every cooking streamer has had a small fire on stream. So I don't want to say anything about that because I don't want to jinx it. Oh, like I burnt stuff, but not like fire. There's a fire extinguisher over there. As Alton Brown says, it's the only unitasker in my kitchen. And we haven't had to use it, and we've had it for a long time, and I'm assuming it probably still works because the needle is like mostly towards the green, and I don't want to have to find out. You have yours clipped. Yes, that is clippable. Like, that's clip worthy. It's the exciting part, right? As long as everything's okay after. Otherwise, it's evidence. Gaddafi, is he streaming, really? Gaddafi, are you streaming? Irish owes you overlays. You need to get him to make you the best darn overlays ever. He will, though. You know he's good for it, so he loves that stuff. Here we go. Okay, good. So you smoked out your oven and whole kitchen. Oh, jam leaked to the bottom and burned, and it's all sugar, so it's just going to be Oh yeah, I've done that, just not on stream and not in this oven. So hopefully we won't have to see that. All right, so let's see. Wobble dogs.
I hate these kids. It just looks, they got these creepy potato faces. Like, look at them.
Is it an RPG?
Red eyes. They're not children. They're like little.
Absolutely, so happy. I know I encourage y'all to all shout yourselves out, but you don't. So then I'm gonna just go do it for you. Who else is in here anyway that streams? Skelly, do you stream? Jazz, do you stream? I should have said that. My Flatspin doesn't yet. Flatspin's going to. So I hear. Red, thank you so much. You did not have to, but I do appreciate it very much. Thank you. What she said. Red streams. I do have to think about your name though, because the I is not a 1. Flatspin, you quit? No, stop quitting.
Oh.
Stop.
Oh. 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 Okay. He's even making the fucking noise. That's awful.
Clip comes up and you're like, Wobble Dogs, what you streamed tonight is a very strange game. It's really funny. Oh, that sounds interesting. I will have to check out the VOD because that sounds intriguing and I would like to know more. So I definitely will. All right, let's see if these are solid enough for me to actually transfer and possibly bake. Even though they're no longer flat circles, maybe they'll be something. The Rowdy Bunch, truth. All right, we have something if I can go fast enough. So now it's just a race against time. It's funny though, because the dough is a lot more brittle when it's frozen, so I'm breaking it. So, yay. You're gonna stream Raft. Raft is pretty funny. Well, I say that only because if y'all don't know Let's Game It Out on YouTube, you might be interested because the guy plays games in a way they weren't intended to be played, and it's just hilarious. So, and Raft was one of those that he had done. Chef John from Food Wishes, or different Chef John? No, I think so. From YouTube, right? I have not watched him in ages and ages. Literally, I printed out that recipe 100 years ago. No, but almost probably 8 years ago. My friend and I used to watch Chef John all the time at her place, and it wasn't on YouTube. Maybe it was. Yeah. Anyway, but I watched a bunch of his, and that's like my absolute favorite recipe. Oh, wait, what did I just miss? Here I am chatting. Ruffles? Your daughter loves some Wobble Dogs? All right, I've got to check it out. Ruffles, hello. Thank you so much. Aw, thank you for the gifteds. I really appreciate that. Always. You do not have to. You know that. Don't feel like you ever need to. But I do appreciate it. Well, your finger slipped. Oops, sorry. You're a stinker. All right, I gotta move quickly because these are already warm and they need to be frozen. And I need a blast chiller. That's what I should do. I'll do a sub thing like hashtag for the blast chiller. Not that I have a place or the right circuits to have a blast chiller in my kitchen, but I want one. No. Nope. Okay, it's gotta go back in and freeze again. This is what the recipe indicated, and this is my experience with some of these doughs, especially if you want them to be very thin and crispy, but at least flat spin. Did we not just have this conversation with Ruffles? Where's my towel? Thank you. Thank you very much. For the blast chiller, exactly. You blame your new keyboard, Ruffles. What keyboard did you get? You can blame it, I won't believe you, but... Sounds sus, exactly. Oh, you guys. Prem, going to work and lurk? Absolutely. Oh no, we don't need a... we don't need a choo-choo. We'll chew on the thing and the food. We don't need to chew. Just a fancy typing one. Yay! Jazz, I love that emoji. Thank you. Cookies! Finally. It looks like a typewriter. That's so good. I think it was Daniel in his Discord today was saying he can't stand the manual typing ones. I have one of the razors that is loud as heck and Irish. Every time I start doing something, what are you typing? Because he can't see me. Green screen's between us, but he can sure hear me because I'm it's very loud. Half the time I'm like, you. So that's fun. But I love that particular razor chroma. He got it for me ages ago for Christmas, and it's still such a good one. But if you can't stand the sound of it typing, it is not for you. You did flat spin. You made another one. Thank you so much. Penguin, you got it. $40 with RGB. Yes, thank you for the link. I would like that in case I need a backup, because you always need a backup. A backup keyboard and mouse. That's very cool. You guys are so nice. Thank you. Really, it makes a difference.
Anyway, this cake is great.
Okay.
It's so delicious and moist.
Thank you, Skelly. We made a pie that was masquerading as a cookie, and we have cookies that are gonna melt. Cake soon. How many followers do we have? 273? We're so close to another cake party. That's gonna be so fun. You got it because, oh, the portal cake clip is really loud. I'm sorry. I do love that song too, Jess. Like I'll just sing it to myself when I'm making cake. It's so good. Yes, Emily, cake party as soon as we get to 299, which will be super soon, or maybe a while. I don't know. It's all good. I still have a party hat. We're gonna make a 2-tier cake because it'll be our second party stream. And then when we get to 399, we'll do a 3 cake. I have big plans. Could just trim it down a bit. I don't know how to do that, Ruffles. I don't even know if I still have the original audio. Red, you joined the Verpal cult. Did you order it or did you receive it? Because there's a huge difference. There's like months in between. All right, let's see if it's frozen. No, it's not. Okay, I'm impatient. All right, that's fine. We're fine. I'm gonna set a 5-minute timer. I'm gonna tidy up. We're gonna have a lovely chat. I appreciate every one of you for being here. Even the quiet ones who never say anything. It's like the kids in the back of the room, like, I'm glad you're here too. You're all welcome. It's pretty fun if you chat though. You know, I'm just saying, like, anyway, I like it. You do you. You're getting close to a milestone too? Emily, how much is that? What are you at? Oh, Jazz, I love the cake one too. Thank you for using my emojis. I love it because I just make them all and I think they're super cute. And then, I mean, they're little dorky emojis. It's fine. Oh, it's on your desk. Oh, you have it. Do you know how to configure it, Red? Because Irish is like dying. Like, it's a lot. Skelly giving us cake inspiration. Perfect. Perfect. Took a week because they opened a US store. Oh my gosh. Amazing. And about time, honestly. Look at those emojis. Those are so cute. Since we're waiting, do you want to see my kitchen smoke clip? Yes. Please. You can put the link straight into channel if you'd like. Step 1, plug it in. Step 2, find tech op. Is that steal the keybinds? That's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing a little bit about that, but I know it's a lot. So. You like your Verpal? I hope so. They're supposed to be the best. All the Verpals, exactly. Oh, so I can watch it, but I don't have it set up where you can watch it because I got rid of my... Did I get rid of it? Sorry, I'm just gonna mess around with my scenes for a second. It's got nothing there. You kicked a guy in his Verpals? Well, obviously that's where you should. It looks just like that. Does it not? Ooh woo. Oh, no. Browse, no. Sorry, you can watch me watch a clip. I should be better, but getting a whole scene set up. Oh, well, it's not gonna load anyway. I'm dropping frames. Oh, just a few. You need to see your doctor about friends. Do you have itchy verpals? I just amuse myself. Don't mind me. We're gonna put stuff away. Not talk about itchy verpals anymore. I'm surprised Irish didn't say something. He likes to act like I'm outrageous. If you were a loved one, mesoverpaloma. You could be tired. You don't have to type. It's okay. We can read typo. I feel like all of us are pretty good at that because I've been there before. I typed something one key off in Discord today, and then looked at it after I had put it up there and was like, that's not a language that's gonna work for anybody. Is that it telling you something? Good spacing and feels nice. Yeah, the feel of a keyboard is actually really important. Ooh, that is cool. I love the roundedness of the keys. I've never heard of mage key. Interesting. I like the backlighting though. That is cool. Oh wait, here we go. Here's the...
Yeah, these are smoke things.
Oh, I see the smoke.
The jam spill it off.
Yours are interesting because it's a German keyboard and you learned on an American one. I feel like you could change the internal mapping, but it would still have the German characters on it, and that would mess you up, or me up as well. I tried on a French keyboard once. It was awful. Oh goodness, look at all the smoke in your kitchen. You know what? We've had to come down several times for Irish to push the yardstick on the smoke alarm to make it stop. I don't remember when that was though. There goes your smoke alarm. Oh my gosh. Yep. It feels like a typewriter without the lever action for the strokes. I mean, I don't want to push, so yeah, I get that. Okay. One more thing while we're waiting for the freezing to happen. 7 seconds, but I am going to give you a nice ASMR water stream because I'm going to make freezer pasta for dinner because I don't want to have to do as much work as I normally do for dinner. Freezer pasta is okay though. I'll actually start that. I won't stream the entire dinner bake because it's not interesting. But we'll do the you're a pro but you can still have little disasters. Exactly. Grabs the bow and arrows, Annalie, that'd be amazing. As soon as Irish and Kiddo are both going to take archery starting in 2 weeks, I think. I signed the kiddo up and he's like, well, I'll go too. And it's an all ages intro course. Super fun. I would go, but I apparently know archery, even though I forgot that I knew it at one point. And so I feel like that'd be kind of wasteful. It'd be fun, but I could just go practice. And I don't own any real equipment either, so. The baking doesn't matter. It's still fun to talk to. Oh, thanks. Archery is fun. It's very satisfying. Once I remembered that I knew it and remembered when I learned it, which is just, I don't know. My brain's a little ridiculous. But then yeah, it's a lot of fun to, like, it's a cool skill. All right, let's see if we can get the rest of this off and bake these experimental cookies before they become too much work. Because honestly, I don't get it. They're so sticky and stuck together when they're warm, and when they're frozen, they unstick from the sheet but also collapse into each other. I should not have to reconstruct them, but I am, so here we go. That's okay. It's very delicate dough. It has very sensitive feelings, and I don't want anybody to not feel respected, even if it's a cookie. I'm not gonna trash talk the cookie yet. Maybe if I get to start smack talking. You go to class and pretend you don't know, then show off. Oh, I must just be a natural. Look at that bullseye. What, I have good stance? Oh, yay. That'd be funny. That'd be funny for a minute. I'm a terrible actor. Quite bad. So it would only be a minute and then I'd laugh or something would happen. All right, we're just gonna mush these together. I have two. I'm gonna get these two. Oh, I only made space for one. I'm gonna get this one off and we're gonna bake this and see how it goes. On what bow you want to go with. I haven't even looked at equipment in I mean, I was 9 or 10 when I learned, and I was probably 16 the last time I practiced. So, you know, my dad has equipment though. He said he got a bunch of stuff, including compound, which are not interesting to me. I mean, they're interesting in general. I just don't want to use one. So, you know, I should go out there and do that sometime. See if I still like it, you know. Time to go home from work. Thank you, Annalie, for being here. Always lovely to see you. Be safe getting away from work and home. Emily, thank you so much. It wasn't pigtails, but they got in the way, and I knew they would, but I was just trying to do something a little different than keep my hair up all the time. But thank you, I appreciate that. All right, so yeah, the wax paper is already sodden, so we're just gonna get rid of part of it, and I'm gonna try and wrap the rest of this dough up for, well, if it doesn't work out from the bake, I'll probably chunk it, but if it actually does well, I'll bake the rest off, and we'll have vanilla cookies as something. I was mid-sentence and just didn't go on. All right, let's see. It's a compound recurve? Oh. Yes, Emily, your hair is awesome as well. Ooh, how long? How long do we do this? 12, 10, 10. All right, we'll do 10. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I prefer recurve. I should try space buns. Thank you. I tried them a little bit. The Leia bagels, yes. Mine was it's super fine because it got bleached to become blue, and so right now it's super, super fine, and it won't make buns properly. It just falls out. I have to twist it a lot, which is not great for it right now. I'll get there. I do love my owl ears. Tiny cams on the end, ruffles. That's interesting. Okay, it's a good size. Uh-oh, somebody's gonna play That's What She Said. I always recognize these things too late to take them back. All right, so we have 10 minutes on the cookies. I'm gonna get them out of the oven when they're ready. We're gonna check them out, and then I'm gonna see if...
That's what she said.
Thank you. Flat and ruffles. You're both good for it. I appreciate you. Buns. It's so lagged though. It's gonna take another second for it to play.
That's what she said.
Would dry shampoo help? It gives your hair texture. Maybe. Bacon, I'm so sorry. If you could throw in the lurk, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's so good to see you for however shortly. Wait, I'm catching up. Skill, he said, can you bake the buns? That's so cute. Darn it, what was I talking? Oh. So maybe dry shampoo may be the only thing that would work. I'll try it. Getting food out of the freezer because we have freezer pasta and red sauce for the child. I can live without red sauce. I just put cheese on it instead. Who's with me? Wash your hair with mayo and mustard? And then make a ham sandwich? The oil would draw out the dye. Everything draws out the dye. I have to wash it in cold water and not condition it and blow dry it before I go to sleep so that it doesn't stain my pillow. Like, it's interesting. It's interesting. I've never had hair that had a color in it that leaked. So, it's interesting. Yes, from the science aspect. Yeah, because conditioner definitely starts pulling stuff out of it. So I rinse it and like my shower is blue. Girls in the 40s use mayo for dry hair. That makes perfect sense. I mean, that, yeah. Well, I've done like an olive oil mask on my hair before too, but my hair is super fine. So if it gets like oily enough to be like really shiny and soft, it's also very heavy, which is fine because I can just, I mean, like, it doesn't look that way now. Like, it doesn't look bad now, but if I were to have it down, it would just be kind of like limp. I'm not good with hair, which is why I do weird stuff with it because it's fun. And I'm not good with normal stuff, so I do weird stuff. You know? That's the way I navigate that one. As Irish would say, being a girl can be hard. There is gross stuff on the bottom of my Parmesan container, so we are going to rinse it before we open it because I like Parmesan and I don't want it to get ruined. You just want hair or jelly? I'll tell you, I'll cut mine all off and you can have a gorgeous blue wig, but it does leak. Never wash it. Like, really, it's just funny. Bleach makes your curls fall out. Oh, see, mine's straight, and so this is the first time I've ever had it bleached, and it's bleached like it got bleached to heck. Like, she's like, well, I have to stop bleaching it now because it'll fall out, and I'm like, well, yeah, no, that's a good decision to not bleach it till it falls out, and it worked, but it feels damaged. It feels a lot. So I know the curls are amazing. I'm always jelly of curls because I don't have any. Thought spin, just put mayo on your head. Maybe something will happen. I don't know. I know, it's funny. Like, I am absolutely of the camp that if I had a reason to like cut all my hair down, I absolutely would. If I would like balding or like whatever, I'd just be like, get rid of it. It'd be so easy. I would never have to think about it. And then the people who don't have hair always want the hair. Like, I want the curls and I have straight hair. So nobody wins. Nobody likes their hair. Shoe polish. Classy. I mean, hey, why not, right? I don't know. They have that spray here. I don't even know how that works, though. You look so weird with straight hair. Your head looks bigger and smaller at the same time. Right, because you don't have your hair balancing out. You look like you're used to. I totally get that. That's like me without glasses. I mean, like, you can't see these because they're clear, but you can still see them. Like, without glasses, my face is the wrong shape, so... And I can't see anything. All right, Irish, are you here? Do you want pasta? I know you just had a shake. Den, hello. We made some stuff. We have stuff in the oven. I'll show you the lemon bars. They should be cool enough now. I'm just putting dinner together while we're baking this because I have to go as soon as it's done. The cookies are done, but it's a test bake on that one. How are you? Sweet and tart, your favorite taste? Well, then these are going to be, unless you hate lemons, these are going to be in your lane, I guess. Where was I going with that? I don't know what word I was looking for. But these are Chef John's lemon bars. And yes, I already ate one because I had to test it. And they're so good. And I put powdered sugar on them because I overcooked them a little bit. And so there's brown underneath that powdered sugar because that's how it went. To quickly ask about your sound setup, I've been thinking about getting mics. Yes. Okay, good. You love lemons. So yeah. All the right people love lemons. Lemons are easy to love though. This is a Relicart M1 Passport. You can look for it on Amazon. It should be about $80 and it will show this one and then it will show this one, which I have attached to the microphone port on my laptop. So you get two boxes. One's a receiver, one's a transmitter. So you'll need both and it's just one mic. But if you like the quality, then I wholeheartedly recommend that. You can get a very expensive one, but this one is good. So, Emily loves lemons, Den loves lemons. It's a lemon cult in your community. I'm in. RELACART. Or you can just look up M1 passport, and you need something to like interface to the laptop. It comes with the cord. It comes with the cable that you need. You plug it in. Do you have a headphone jack? You plug it into that. Right, I'm gonna put some cheese tortellini from the HEB into my pot while we are talking. Flat spin knows. Flat spin is a very savvy guy, so listen to what he says. All right. It's almost boiling, so. Thank you, Ruffles. You're always on it. I appreciate you. A lemonade. I love it. I love it, Emily. I will join the lemonade any day. Sounds fine. I have this 5-pound bag of Costco lemons that I'm using up. Hopefully quickly rather than slowly. So, you know what? I'm gonna just, where did I feel like I had a phone. Did I put something on it? I just wanted to take a picture of my lemon bars. Nope. I don't have a phone anymore. I'll have to do it tomorrow. You do not know the number of times I've woken up and said, oh my gosh, I forgot to take my Instagram pictures, and come down and pulled stuff out of the fridge to take pictures of. It's a lot. The Leo Mate was different. The Lemonati. Yes. That wasn't supposed to be a link. It wasn't a link for me. Anyway, Dan, good to see you. Happy to share the intel on the mic. And I saw you streaming and then got busy. Like every time I go to click on somebody's stream, it feels like I'm distracted. Like by proper things like, oh, homeschool the child, feed the family, those things. You know, stuff I'm supposed to do. So, if I could only just sit and watch streams all day, wouldn't that be fantastic? You have a tiny pedestal for lemons? I need that. Or like a thing that comes down and like you could put the lemons in and then they would just hang like a constellation. I'm just making that up, but it sounds so good, right? Can I tap my watch? For what? It doesn't have a camera on it. Oh, I can make it ding. Wouldn't it be funny if it was like, thanks, Ruffles. Oh man, classy. Lose your phone by putting it on the counter in full sight. Okay, wow. Then we have some discussion to do about the results of our bake. These are very thin and crispy, yes. They do not hold their shape at all. However, they smell good, and I bet I can actually cut holes into them while they're soft. Yeah. So I can actually make them the right, ooh, look, it's filling up my cutter. I can make them the right size and shape while they're warm. Like, what are those other ones called? I did eat all the holes just now. Oh, that's a nice flavor. Well, it's definitely a brown sugar flavor. Emily, these are supposed to be a flat, crispy coconut cookie. I took out the coconut and I replaced it with almond flour so that it would have some substance in place because the coconut would be like material. But they're supposed to be flat and crispy, and they absolutely are. And I was gonna make Fruit Loop cookies because I've tried it before. I didn't like how it turned out, so this was gonna be a second attempt. But having to manage the size after they're cooked is not ideal. I mean, they spread a lot. So, thank you, Skelly. You're so sweet. I love that you're just like, they look good. And I appreciate that. I did not try your cookie recipe yet. If I do it super thin, will it be crispy? Because I still have it in the frosting recipe. These are nice. These are, they're in everything. They taste like the base of a chocolate chip because they have the brown and the white sugar and the vanilla, which is just basic. So that was our experiment. So now I know I need to do a little bit more before I feel like it's ready to go. Yes, I'm gonna measure my cheese. All right. Yes, I'm going to put some in hers even though she doesn't think that she likes Parmesan because she likes stuff with Parmesan in it. 10 out of 10 would bake again. They're crumbly, so you don't think so. Okay. So my sugar cookie was chewy, so it held its shape, but I didn't love the texture. I want it to be crisp. And so I made a honey cookie that was very crisp, but the honey would maybe not overpower the Fruit Loop though. I mean, that's a pretty strong flavor. I'll have to think some more about that before I do version 2. You're asking because the recipe holds its shape really well. Yes, I remember that we talked about that because some sugar cookies still puff so much, and I remember that yours was one that where you could get a very crisp shape on so that you could decorate, and I love that. I think I need to really focus on how do I want to get flavor versus texture. So, then you went to Canada a few weeks back and brought some maple syrup. Ooh, all the things I use maple syrup for are keto recipes. So that's an interesting, like keto date bites would be amazing with maple syrup because you just use the dates and the maple syrup to stick them together and give it sweetness. We'll have to think about that too. Like a crumbly shortbread. Okay, I'm like, yeah, so that, yeah, very tender. You don't make any keto things? That would be new. It just means you don't put a lot of carbs in them, although dates. I'm not saying that right. It's not a keto thing. Dates have a lot of sugar in them. It is a paleo energy bite, I think. Yeah. Thank you, Emily. I really appreciate you enjoying watching, even though I don't get it right the first time. And part of me is frustrated with that, but the rest of me knows it's totally fine. So, all right, you guys, I do need to, it's 6. I have 20 minutes to eat and leave the house and all the things because we've got this concert that the kiddo's gonna go to. First concert ever. So we'll wrap it up. You hate the keto diet, super unbalanced and bad for you. It can be really good for some people for some periods of time. Like I've used it before in a way that worked very well for me for a while. But I think for a long term, you have to be very well suited for it.
I'm trying to be a ninja.
Oh, are you a ninja? Hi, ninja. Let's see if we want to raid Dana's kitchen. Let's go see Dana. That'll be fun. It made your mom very sick. It's definitely not for everybody. You have to watch. You have to listen and watch your body and all the. Oh no! Please, no more snacks. Dinner's ready.
Jump it all together.
What are we having for dinner?
Okay, so we're gonna pop over and yes, Dana is great, isn't she? So we're gonna go over to Dana and I will see y'all next week, probably
Come on camera.
Tuesday. So thank you all so much for being here. Ruffles says hi, Dad, and I appreciate all of you, not especially the ones who sub, but I do always appreciate your subs and your follows, but also just your chat and your company. So I'll see you guys soon. All right. Mordal, thank you, Skelly. Ruffles says hi to you.
Hi.
Thank you very much, Emily, and the rest of you all. Bye.